Ridge made the ultimate choice. On the Friday, December 20th episode of The Bold and the Beautiful, he kissed his destiny goodbye. He quickly forgot that Brooke was the love of his life. Once again, he got into the heat of the moment and made a costly mistake. On Friday's episode, Ridge was upset with Brooke's announcement. She revealed that she was the new CEO of Forrester Creations. There's just one mistake she's made with her plans. Before taking on the new role, she failed to bring this up to Ridge, Eric, and Steffy. Of course, Ridge and Brooke aren't on speaking terms right now. He demanded that Hope leave the Forrester compound. That signified the end of their relationship. But Brooke isn't giving up. She wants to hold on to her destiny by taking back SC and giving it back to Ridge and Steffy, where it rightfully belongs. Ridge doesn't understand Brooke's motive behind her decision. In her announcement, Brooke assured that the company would be in good hands. However, Ridge took that as a sign that Brooke betrayed her. He felt like he doesn't know who she is anymore. Conveniently, Taylor was there for Ridge in his darkest moment. He told her that she came back at the right time in his life, but he didn't realize how much he needed her. Ridge forgot all about the trip to Rome and the people that unveiled his future. That was when he learned that Brooke was his destiny. At that moment, Ridge felt that Taylor could provide him with everything he needed and then some. He just needed someone to keep his bed warm. At first, Ridge tried to kiss Taylor, but she pulled away. She told him that she should return home to her family. Ridge went to his bedroom alone with a bottle of vodka. That's when Taylor realized that she should probably keep him company. She showed up to his bedroom with 2 glasses. The two skipped the vodka and went for a roll in the hay instead. Ridge threw away his destiny because of his rash feelings. If Brooke walks in on him, she's going to change her mind about giving him back the company. She might want to FC hostage from the Forresters. Ridge will lose his family's company because of his waffling ways. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Soap Spectrum. I am Emily here. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Keep watching, so let's dive into today's video. Well, the one thing nobody can say is that nothing happened on Bold and Beautiful this week. Between Brooke's shocking announcement and Ridge's reaction to it, we've got a lot to talk about, so let's dive in. Brooke's fake out. When Brooke basically shrugged, agreed to be put in charge, and then went live on social media 5 seconds later to announce the big changes at Forrester, I was gobsmacked. On the surface, it made no sense. She not only knew but acknowledged aloud that taking over as CEO would create big problems with Ridge. Yet quick as Zend could prop up his iPhone and plug in the ring light, Brooke was doing an impromptu announcement without so much as a script. I was still reeling from the seemingly immense stupidity of this move when, in the same episode, she took Zend into her confidence to reveal her true plan: to betray Hope and give the company back to Ridge as a show of loyalty. It was a stunning reveal, and, better still, the writers didn't drag it out. Why? Because they needed Ridge to fall into bed with Taylor rather than, having either of them show a modicum of maturity or self-respect. If there's a fatal flaw to this story, it's that. Well, I just don't buy that Brooke would really betray her daughter in such a cold-hearted way. That's doubly true given Ridge's recent horrendous behavior. Is Brooke really going to reward her would-be spouse's calling Hope a slut and a bitch by giving him back the company? And if she finds out Ridge hit the sheets with Taylor, will Brooke change her mind? Interestingly, even as these events were unfolding on air, the show's official YouTube channel was re-airing episodes in which Maya told Rick that she was transgender, which meant that as real-time Ridge was being dealt karma for the way he treated Hope and Carter. 2015 Ridge was saying that Rick's heartache was a direct result of the younger man having behaved like a tyrant around the Forrester offices. Missing in action. I'm baffled as to why Zend is all over this story, serving as Ridge and Steffy's man on the inside, while also being taken into Brooke's confidence. And yet RG is nowhere to be seen. Shouldn't Ridge's son be at least as important in this story as his nephew? This is especially odd given that RG was introduced as a successful influencer who then, despite his initial reservations, became a member of the Hope for the Future design team. It would have made far more sense for him to be the one setting up the equipment used during Brooke's social media announcement. And while new kid on the block Elektra and Aunt Ivy were caught up in the fallout of the takeover, RJ, an actual heir apparent, has been entirely ignored. Who's the boss? The week's other big story involved Elektra being fired because of Remy's doctored photos. This story too moved at a pretty decent pace, but didn't make a whole lot of sense. I'm not sure which was less logical. Katie declaring that as head of public relationship, she had the power to hire and fire people, or her and Brooke thinking they could axe Elektra without explanation. At the Forrester mansion, Ridge and Taylor discuss Brooke's big mistake. Taylor thinks it's hard to believe given how much she claims to care about him. Ridge laments that she's joined Carter and Hope. Taylor says it doesn't seem like she's considering his feelings. Ridge says Taylor always does. Maybe she's been right all along. In Forrester's main office, Brooke tells Zenda she agrees with them. Carter and Hope taking Forrester from Ridge and Steffy was wrong. She'll do whatever she can to get it back into their hands. She swears Zenda to secrecy. He will gladly keep it to himself. She says she took the job only so she could convince Carter to refile the LLC papers. She believes Carter and Hope have a place at the company, but under the right leadership, she will get the Forresters their company back. That is her ultimate goal in taking the job. Zenda gushes, "Oh my God, Brooke, if you can pull this off." Brooke understands why Carter and Hope felt they had to do something, but this was egregious. When it comes to this company, a company Eric and Stephanie built from scratch, I will always be loyal to Ridge and the Forresters. Always. At the Cliff House, Finn and Steffi talk about having each other's backs. He's sorry about what she's dealing with. Steffi hasn't even told him the latest. It's about Brooke. She says she did something unforgivable. Finn guesses she's siding with Carter and Hope now. Steffi shrugs. The Logans stick together. She's actually on their team. Finn wonders how she can stomach working for them when they stole the company. Steffi says it's because she gets to be in charge. She's the new CEO of Forrester Creations. Finn marvels that Brooke just put it out there that she was CEO with no word to Ridge. Carter and Hope are in the wrong. Brooke should know that. Steffi guesses she's taking advantage of the situation to elevate herself without regard for how her father feels. At the Forrester mansion, Ridge tells Taylor that her coming back to Lay when she did was no coincidence. He believes she came when he needed her most. Taylor feels she needed him most. She reminds him how much he helped her. He teases that she has a good point. They laugh, and then Ridge turns serious. Brooke knows what that company means to him. She should have been disgusted with her daughter, but she stood with them. "I can't do this anymore. You were right all along." He moves close and looks into Taylor's eyes as he rubs her shoulder. At the Cliff House, Finn gives Steffi a massage and asks if he's erasing her problems. She sighs. "My biggest problem? She might erase herself today." Finn asks, "Brooke?" Steffi can't imagine what she's thinking. She explains that her dad is staying at her granddad's house. If Brooke really cares about him, why wouldn't she go over there and say so? Instead, she double-crossed him. She thinks her father's finally had enough. Maybe he'll finally realize his true love is her mom. At the Forrester mansion, Taylor stammers, "Maybe we should, I know today's been emotionally challenging." Ridge steps back and muses that they should call it a night and face it all again tomorrow. Taylor reminds him he's not alone. She tells him if he can't sleep, he can call her anytime. Ridge chuckles, "That's what I'll do. I'll call you." He grabs a bottle of booze and heads up the stairs. Taylor exhales and walks over to grab her purse. Hesitating, she looks up the stairs and thinks. At Forrester, Zenda tells Brooke how appreciative Ridge will be when she gets the company back for them. He asks about her first move. Brooke has to go tell Ridge right away. She doesn't want him to mistake her motive. Imagine the smile on his face when I tell him why I took over his position. She'll put him back in charge of Forrester Creations. Zenda can't thank her enough. This is a huge relief. Brooke warns he needs to keep this quiet so that Carter doesn't find out what she's up to. She'll tell Ridge, "He trusts me more than anyone." In his bedroom at the mansion, Ridge paces. He thinks about his close encounter with Taylor in the living room. Suddenly, he turns and she's standing there in the doorway with 2 glasses in her hand. Placing them on the bureau, she walks over to Ridge. They gaze into each other's eyes. Taylor muses, "Ridge, what you've been through tonight." He says it's made him realize how much he needs her in his life. Sometimes you have to hit rock bottom before you see what's right in front of you. "I just want to love you." Taylor husks, "Then do it." They kiss. At the Cliff house, Steffy wants her parents to have that kind of connection and to be happy. Her dad's never going to get that with Brooke, but he can with her mom. Finn kisses her forehead. In Ridge's bedroom, he and Taylor continue to kiss, and the mood turns more passionate as he nibbles her neck and the clothes start coming off. He lays her down on the bed and climbs on top of her as she smiles up at him. They kiss again, and Taylor runs her hands over Ridge's arms and back. The bold and the beautiful spoilers reveal that Hope Logan is finally getting her wish now that she's back at Forrester Creations and her line is being reinstated. Hope for the future is poised to make a triumphant return, so let's talk about what's ahead. Carter Walton has promised Hope that she'll have all the funding she needs to make her line a success this time around. Hope was trying to scrape by before, but now she's got all the necessary resources to revive Hope for the future and give it a real chance to do big numbers. That doesn't necessarily mean it'll work, but at least Hope will know for a fact that she gave it her all. Hope won't have to deal with the pressure of constantly being on the chopping block, so she'll have time to make grand plans and carry them out. Brooke Logan also mentioned the reinstatement of Hope and her line in her recent social media announcement, so Forrester Creations is going all in. Since Zende Forrester Dominguez is sticking around as the Forrester's inside man, Hope still has her lead designer and can start planning her line's revival. Of course, Hope will want to make a huge splash with a fashion show somewhere down the line. This storyline could culminate in an exciting HFTF preview that serves as the moment of truth. If Hope fails, she won't have any excuses to hide behind anymore. Hope will just have to put the new designs out there and hope that they sell well enough to justify everything Carter set in motion for her. Naturally, a fashion show could also bring the potential for some chaos. We might see some fun twists and turns, especially if Steffy Forrester decides to crash her rival's event. Steffy, Ridge Forrester, and Eric Forrester don't plan on entering the Forrester building until this takeover drama is resolved. But things could change if Hope's fashion show gets underway there. Maybe Steffy will decide to waltz in just to mess with Hope's head, or perhaps Steffy could plan an announcement to upstage Hope as the new designs debut. Whatever the case, it makes sense that Hope's indeed going to have a fashion show down the road, so it could easily get derailed somehow. Our B&B predictions point to Steffy continuing to be a thorn in Hope's side, so that could lead to shocking news. The bold and the beautiful spoilers say Hope and Steffy's rivalry will come with more curveballs, so stay tuned for updates on all the turmoil. We'll have other scorching bold and the beautiful spoilers, predictions, news, and updates to check out, so make us your favorite B&B hotspot. Ridge is rarely right about many things, but there was one thing he was on. He should never be CEO of Forrester Creations again. It's just not the right fit for him. Ridge proved to himself why he should never lead his father's company on the bold and the beautiful. Flies off the handle. Ridge flies off the handle. He lets his anger get the best of him. For example, he called Hope some unsavory words. This caused his relationship with Brooke to fall apart. Even Kay admits that it was a poor choice of words. However, he felt that Ridge was in his feelings. He was obviously angry with the Forrester Creations takeover. He claimed Hope was to blame, even though his best friend betrayed him. The last thing that Forrester needs is another hot-headed leader. The company needs someone grounded and can steer the ship back to safe harbors. Maybe that person is Brooke. Poor decisions. B&B fans already know Ridge is a waffler. He doesn't know where his relationship with Brooke is. He couldn't give Eric a direct answer, yet he's already ready to hop into bed with Taylor. Ridge never says what's on his mind, and that's a terrible trait to have in a leader. He can't make quick decisions on the spot. That's why he left most of the work to his daughter Steffy. He doesn't want to deal with the responsibility. Stick to designing. Ridge is at least self-aware enough to know he's not good at the business side of things. He would rather focus on his first passion, designing. It's what brings him joy and peace. Maybe fashion design is Ridge's only love besides his children. What are your thoughts? Was Ridge a good CEO? Let us know in the comment section. Although Poppy and Bill are kaput on the Bold, and the beautiful Romy Park is having the time of her life waiting to see what's next in store for her character. The fun that comes from enjoying her job translates to real life, as she enjoys a great rapport with her coworkers. To fully illustrate the good time she has off-screen, she shared some great photos from the show's holiday party. They raised the roof. Park shared several pictures on Instagram and wrote a lengthy passage about the recent that the cast and crew attended. I didn't get too snap-happy at the holiday party, but here is what I have. Others didn't come out but slashes of the lighting. I have the memories though. Using her coworkers' Instagram handles, she listed everyone in the 8 snaps she posted. The first was of her with Naomi Matsuda, who plays Poppy's sister Lai, and Tanner Novlin, who plays Lee's son Finn. Next was her and Matsuda, followed by Lisa Yamada, Poppy's homicidal daughter. Then was a larger group pic consisting of Park, with Lawrence St. Victor, makeup artist Toby Lamb, Matthew Atkinson, and Chris Lai Johnson, who heads up the makeup department. Others included supervising producer Sarah Perna, producer Rachel Herman, casting associate Rachel Rose Oginski, John McCook and his wife Lorette, and Ted King and his wife Maya. The good times rolled on. Other people in Park's pics included Associate Director Lisa Winther-Houston, David Gregg, who works in marketing and public relations, and Director Tony Pasquarelli. Of the director, she noted that they have a special bond, as we are both from the Garden State. One fan who's a devout viewer commented, "Beautiful pics. I don't know you guys, but I know you guys. So great to see Matthew." The fan was referring to Atkinson, who many viewers have been clamoring for him to return to the show as Thomas. Other fans hoped the group had a great party, and heart emojis were abundant in the responses. It should also be noted that Pasquarelli has directed All My Children in the past, and has worked as an editor on that B&B and The Bay. It's the most wonderful time of the year, as daytime drama fans are busy decking those halls and trimming their Christmas trees. It's time to look back on 2024 and see who's been naughty and who's been nice in the land of soaps this year. Nice list: The Bold and the beautiful Ridge Forrester. When Ridge Forrester found out his ex, Taylor Hayes, was suffering from a heart condition, he went above and beyond what a normal ex would do in this situation. First, he insisted that she get a second opinion, was there with her every step of the way, and when he realized he was the reason behind her broken heart syndrome, the dude even chakra'd with her and for her. He's getting spoiled from Santa this year. Nice list: Days of Our Lives, Maggie Kyriakis. Maggie Kyriakis almost always gets on Santa's nice list for her caring heart and helpful attitude. Although this year, Maggie took the cake when she dispersed her half of Victor Kyriakis' fortune among the Kyriakis relatives he did not add to his will. Who does that? Well, Maggie does. Runner-up on the Best of Santa's Nice list in Salem has to be awarded to Kayla Johnson, who continues to walk a straight path, even when swayed not to. When Steve Johnson tried to convince her to look into fake Abigail Demara's/Cat Green's DNA results because he could sniff a rat, Kayla declined and had him go by the books. Steve was in the right, but Kayla is never one to waver when it comes to her job and following the rules. Nice list, General Hospital, Cody Bell. Sure, Cody Bell was once a con artist, but he's completely changed his ways. Coming clean to Max Scorpio and revealing he was his biological son was one positive step to getting on Santa's list. Also befriending Tracy Quartermaine and helping her through a difficult time. Not to mention how great he is with all the kids that go in and out of the Quartermaine stables makes him top the list. Perhaps Santa can send him a solid romance in 2025, now that his one with Sasha Corbin sizzled due to their Scorpio family connection. Still, he's not the only one on Santa's nice list in Port Charles, as Elizabeth Baldwin, the head nurse with a heart of gold, deserves whatever she wants from Santa this year. Liz isn't only a good friend, good mom, and good person, she's always there to lend an ear to a colleague, a baby daddy, strangers, and even sometimes foes. Nice list, the young and the restless, Nick Newman. Nick Newman continues to go above and beyond for those that he cares for. What other man would race to one ex-wife's house to help her deal with her mental health meltdown, only to race to another ex-wife to hold her hand at the hospital? More than being a good ex, Nick is also an amazing father and friend. Plus, he has a smile that could melt the heart of the Grinch. Alas, he's not the only person to top Santa's list in the land of Genoa City. After all, Tracy Abbott should be considered for sainthood considering how sweet she is, and how terrible her siblings can be. Still, Tracy stood by her sisters, Ashley Abbott's side throughout her entire dissociative identity disorder, and took some emotional abuse from Ashley's alters along the way. Probably the top thing on Tracy's Christmas wish list is romance, which she received a little earlier this year, so here's hoping she continues to enjoy her relationship with Alan Laurent, if that is truly who he is. Who do you think made Santa's naughty list in the land of soaps this year? Comment below and visit this site for the best news, spoilers, and updates in daytime drama. The bold and the beautiful spoilers and updates reveal Scott Clifton gives some clues on where his alter ego Liam Spencer has been. Read on to see his humorous hints and when he's coming back to the Forrester Spencer etc. drama. The bold and the beautiful spoilers, where's Waldo, Liam Spencer? Liam has long been a key figure on The Bold and the Beautiful, with many fans viewing him as a quintessential leading man. Recently, his character has taken a backseat to emerging stars like Carter Walton, played by Lawrence St. Victor, and John Finn Finnegan, portrayed by Tanner Novlin. Actor Scott Clifton has shared updates with fans about Liam's current status and hinted at when they can look forward to seeing him back on screen. This is the pressing inquiry on everyone's mind. Fans of B&B are eager to discover the fate of Liam. It appears Bold has seen a shift in its roster of leading men. Clifton took to Instagram to share some news, expressing his joy at being back at the office. B&B spoilers, back in the saddle again. Clifton posted a selfie wearing a retro bomber jacket over a plaid shirt, and flashed a cheeky smile at the camera while standing outside the B&B studios. He joked about Liam's absence from the show, saying clearly, Liam's been off at a pricey tree-hugging, vegan granola yoga retreat. Fans are thrilled to have Liam back on screen and rushed to the comments to greet the actor. One fan said, "I can't wait to see how you'll react to your ex." That fan was referring to Hope Logan's relationship with Carter. Plus, there was a recent coup attempt that has everyone talking. Viewers are eager to see Liam's response to the changes at Forrester Creations. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers, Dollar Bill Spencer needs saving? A different fan proposed that Bill might need a rescue, Maybe he'll need saving from Luna Nozawa, or have a moment of panic when he realizes Bill and Luna are an item now, the user commented. Bill has already been ensnared by Luna once. So what does this mean for Liam? He might finally have the chance to rekindle his romance with Ivy Forrester, especially with her back in town. Alternatively, he could still try to persuade Hope that they are destined to be together. Once he learns about Cope, he might devise a plan to come between them. Be sure to catch up on everything happening with B&B right now. Come back here often for the bold and the beautiful spoilers, news, and updates.